Hi, and welcome to the Gabby Tripp Show. I'm your host, Gabby Tripp. Each episode, you'll join me in my home, where together we will cook some delicious recipes for you to better enjoy your home, or to inspire you to become a homeowner for the very first time. So buckle up, because your perfect home trip starts now. On today's episode, I'm going to be making for you something very special. It is my Spatchcock chicken. Oh my gosh, this chicken is literally one of my favorite things to make and eat because it's just delicious. It's juicy every time, the skin is perfect. I'm sorry if anybody is out there is a vegan and I'm talking about chicken this way, but it is just so good. So I'm gonna show you the technique of how you spatchcock, or AKA butterfly, a chicken. So disclaimer, if you are squeamish, you just pass this part of the video onto the end when it's nice and delicious and beautiful. But if you wanna actually learn this technique, I'm here to show you. So first thing that you need is obviously a whole chicken. That is right, we are doing a whole chicken. So those of you out there that are all nervous about whole chickens and intimidated, you're gonna get over that fear today, all right? Me and you, we're in this together. I'm gonna take my rings off because this is getting serious over here. So what I've done is I've done some of the work for you. I got this chicken from Whole Foods and I took it out of the wrapping. I rinsed it off just in cold water. I took the insides out. Normally they come all packaged and pretty anyway, so I just tossed those and I patted it dry. So you definitely don't want a super wet chicken that you're working with. You don't want it to be super slippery. So what you're gonna do is, this is the front side of the chicken. And you're going to take it and turn it on its stomach to expose the back, all right? Now, as you can see, we have the two sides of the chicken over here. We're gonna cut right down the middle, and that is gonna allow us to butterfly the chicken open. So you're gonna need some kitchen shears. I sharpened mine yesterday. I'm really hoping that they cut super pretty, but we'll see. So you're just gonna get right in there. You're gonna find the line of the back of the chicken, and you're gonna cut along it from the bottom to the top, and you're gonna hear some bones crunching. It's okay to get in there. Again, these scissors were supposed to be sharpened yesterday, and you're just gonna cut along the top of it. It's fun noise, right? You get used to it, I promise. You're gonna cut all the way up, and now you can see the chicken is exposed. So now you're gonna turn it around, or you can keep cutting it that way, and you're gonna cut down the other side to take the back out. Gotta have some strong hands for this. There you go. Just, you know what, don't be afraid, just get into it. Cut all of this out and do away with it. I normally cook that part for my dogs and put it up in their food for a little special treat. So you can do that as well. So now you put your kitchen shears aside, turn your chicken around, and as you can see, the back is completely exposed. So now we're gonna turn it around to the front. Again, no fear, you have got this. All right, now you're gonna need to crack the rib cage. I know, I'm so sorry. So you're gonna, just with all of your might, okay? 1, 2. Do you hear that? Yeah, that means it is now cracked, and we're gonna take it in the front and pull it apart. Guys, the worst part is over. It's over, you're done. So now you have a flat, beautiful butterflied chicken, all right? Now, really and truly, all you're gonna do is cut off these little tips at the front. Much easier than the back. You're gonna find the little exposed part in the bone and cut there. That makes it easier. And there, you are done. I am gonna wash my hands really quick while I tell you guys that this is my favorite recipe. So it is juicy, it is delicious. I promise that you will not be disappointed with it. I'll be right back. Gotta make sure we have some cleanliness over here, because now I'm going to salt my chicken. Now this is the most important part of this process to make the chicken exactly what it is. The spatchcock was one part of it. This is the next part. So you're gonna wanna prep this a couple of hours ahead of time, preferably the night before. So if you know that you're having a big family dinner on a Sunday, on a Saturday, go ahead and prep the chicken, okay? So we're gonna take it, we've done all of our hard work. Now we're gonna take some salt. This is literally the easiest recipe. I just put salt on mine. So you're gonna be very generous with the salt. You're gonna go all over the front part of the chicken, okay? And we're gonna go all over the legs. You're gonna have a salting hand and a hand to spread it. So you don't wanna mix the chicken in with your salt. So salt, 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 salt. We're gonna flip the baby over. Oh, I used my salting hand. That's my fault. I just told you not to do it and I did it. All right, so it's okay. I'm the only one here that's gonna eat out of it. Then the back part of your chicken, salt, salt, salt. All right, flip it back over. And as you can see over here, I have a pre-prepped pan that I used in the beginning. So I'm just gonna take my chicken and I'm gonna put it back into that pan and I'm gonna pop it in the refrigerator for overnight. All right, and why that's important is because it's gonna dry out the skin and that's what gives it the crispy skin when you cook it in the oven at the end. So I would say at least 2 to 3 hours you wanna put it in the refrigerator before you cook it, preferably again overnight. So I'm gonna put this in and then the next day before you cook your chicken, I want you to take it out of the refrigerator about an hour before you put it in the oven. And why that's important is because it allows the chicken temperature to come up to room temperature so that when you're cooking it in the oven, it all cooks evenly without, sometimes you cook a chicken and the inside, the breast is a little bit raw, but the outside skin is already crispy and burnt. That's what we don't want. We want all of it to cook evenly. So you do have to plan a little bit ahead for this one, but it's super easy. If you know you're gonna have somebody ahead of time, it'll just become like second nature, I promise you. So I'm gonna pop this in the fridge, and I do have one that I already made for you guys because you have to prep it so far in advance, and I can't wait to show you the final product. It smells absolutely amazing in this house. So stay tuned to the end of the episode to see the finished product. And now it is time for our mortgage minute, where I'm gonna peel back the curtain and share some tips and tricks to all of my future home buyers out there, or for some of my home buyers that wanna refinance. So today I'm gonna talk about credit score, the elusive credit score. There are so many different ways to monitor credit, and I hope that you monitor yours, but just keep in mind that when you are talking to your local lender, AKA me, that your credit score that pulls in when we pull it on a mortgage platform will more than likely look different than what you are seeing on those credit monitoring websites. So take that with a grain of salt and make sure that you're talking to a mortgage professional about exactly what your credit score pulls in at so that we can set you up for success for your future home buying needs. The same with refinancing. The same credit score requirements are there for refinancing too. So if you're a first-time refinancer, make sure that you are checking with your mortgage lender that your score is good for refinancing or purchasing your first home. That's all for your mortgage minute today. Let's go check on our chicken. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Gabby Tripp Show. Are you ready to see the finished product of this chicken? Oh, here we go, guys. That is the winning shot for sure. Look at all those beautiful chicken juices at the bottom. I told you it was gonna be juicy. So a couple of additional tips and tricks for your chicken. You are gonna wanna put it, if you have one, a cast iron skillet, and you can just cook it right in this. You're gonna cook it at 425 degrees for 20 minutes, and then you are going to flip the bird around, whatever direction it's in, flip it around and do it for another 20 minutes. And if you have time, you are going to take the bird and actually maybe 2 or 3 minutes in olive oil in the pan before you put it in the oven. That'll make your skin extra crispy. And I also have a presentation plate over here. You wanna make sure it's pretty for your guests. So you're gonna let it rest about 10 minutes after it comes out of the oven, after it's all done. And then you're gonna move it over to your presentation plate, and voila, there you have your beautiful Sunday dinner. I hope you enjoyed learning about our mortgage insight today as well. I wanna see you tackle this chicken. Please, please, please show me. I wanna see all the videos, all the pictures. Follow me on social media and share all of your cringy and crazy videos. But I also wanna see your finished product and tell me how much you love this chicken. Thank you so much for joining today. You are now one step closer to achieving your home buying dreams. See you next time.